Wow, this is a lot more people from this angle. How's everybody doing today? All right, guys, my name is Ilias, and this is Johannes, and we have created the world's first AI record label. And on the front-facing end, I know that sounds really sexy, but to be honest with you guys, it's a pretty boring solution. What we actually are is a SaaS platform, and so we basically charge artists $50 a month so that they have access to AI tools so that they could properly market themselves. To be honest with you guys, last night I was up till like 3 a.m. and I was like, I gotta make this pitch deck, and our pitch deck is great, by the way. And I was like, oh, they gotta know that 50% artists do this, or 400 million artists aren't doing this, or whatever. The point of this presentation is not for you guys to know, numbers and facts. The point of this presentation is for you guys to know the story and what we're building. And I want everybody here to, know at the end of this presentation of how hard it is to be an independent artist. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm actually not gonna use the mic. Am I good to go with that? So the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about how hard it was to be an independent artist is because of the fact that, when you look at entrepreneurs in the tech world, right, we have incubators or startup programs or resources to be able to help, us be able to push our startups to a further length of where we want it to be. I mean, us ourselves, we were bootstrapping the whole time, and then we got accepted into Antler because we were like, we can't bootstrap anymore. We need to start getting funding and a couple more resources. But as a musician, you don't get that option. You either stay independent and you one day get the call that, hey, you're getting signed to a label, but you give up like 60% ownership of your music. And so this is where we come along. We give you the tools so that you could stay independent and own all the ownership and equity of your music. But even if you do want to go to a label, at least now you have the leverage to be able to show something for it. And so I want to ask you guys this. There's a lot of startup founders in here, right? I know it's early in the morning, you guys got to work with me. There are a lot of startup founders in here. What if the only option in the tech world was for you to bootstrap your company the whole time until it became like $1 million company or $1 billion company? Or the other option is that you just go to Y Combinator and they take 90% of your equity of your company. You wouldn't do it, right? So why are we allowing independent artists to be in the same position? And that's why, we wanted to do the demo, and I could go on and on about the team. Armand's in the back right there. We have a great fucking team. I'm sorry for cursing, but we have a great team. I mean, anytime we need him, he's always there. And I know Johannes and I are up here right now, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are helping us, do what we're doing. There's a lot of sleepless nights, and, we built a lot of cool tools for artists, and so I'm gonna let Johannes do the tech stuff. He has all the experience in tech. I'm more the music guy. I've been in the music industry for 7 years. I've been an A&R, booking agent. I've worked at a couple of labels, but I'll let him take it from here and we'll let you guys know all about it.
So basically, like, the root of the problem is the reason the record label structure and the business models are like that is when you get signed to a label, the label has to hire a lot of people to get on board. If you're a new label starting off, you have to fundraise a ton of money to hire people. And to be honest, the label would like to, they'll sign like 100 artists, but they would prefer to only hire people for the 2 artists that are blowing up. They don't want to hire people for the rest of the artists. And that's why you have to sign these kind of crazy deals because they need that much leverage to be able to sign these artists. There's no way for them to try to be able to get around that. We offer a solution with generative AI right now. So whether it be a designer or a marketer, like if you need somebody to help with a social media post, you need an EPK generated because you need assets for an event you're doing, you don't need to hire people anymore for this. So we don't need to take equity or any kind of royalties from the artists. We can charge them at a SaaS model and keep the price low enough that an independent artist could afford it. And that's really the whole goal of this whole thing is to keep the price as low as possible that we can still have independent artists who don't need to sign or they make money on the side. A lot of our target audience is hobbyists who end up working nights and weekends, playing shows and gigs, but they still have a full-time job. There's usually young people who like to do music sometime, one day, right? So, should we get started with this?
Volume's on? Yeah. We put a lot of time into the sound and edit, so I want to make sure that redo it. There we go. I
basically demoing is, for context, we A/B test like crazy because a lot of artists say they want all kinds of things, but we don't like to take their word for it. And usually, like Ilias and I were saying, we deal with mostly younger people who also don't really know what they want. And so we test things almost every week. And so what that was showing was one of the projects that we have out, and something that's gotten the most traction for us so far. When an artist is releasing an album or a single, we end up generating them a marketing plan based off of data that we've gotten from a lot of labels and partnerships that Ilias has been able to secure. And then we have an AI agent kind of eagerly look for tasks to do off of that marketing plan. So it's like, okay, here's the strategy, here's the 1 to 2 month strategy for your album release. All right, you're gonna need, based off this strategy, here's your target audience. Well, based off this, here's an EPK that really, all right, if you don't know what an EPK is, it's a resume for getting live music, for doing shows for that target audience, or we recommend this posting strategy, or we recommend you do these posts on these days, so we'll actually generate you the images, the captions, everything. All you have to do is post it. And really go through and try to knock off as many things off the to-do list, so at the end of the day, the artist just has to like post on social media and show up to the live music gigs. It doesn't have to do anything else. So that was what that was. They fill out like a really small form, they upload their music, they get playlist pitching, they get everything that they would need. Again, this is like 15 to 25-year-olds, they have no idea what they're doing most of the time. And so they don't really need a lot of like back and forth, no chatbot or anything. They don't need to run edits or whatnot. They really just, if we generate them something, they'll take it as the word of God.
And this is just one of the tools too. So we're building a whole suite of tools, and that's basically like helping you establish like a marketing report or a press release, professional headshots, anything from like copy to send like to brands that you want to potentially partner with. Essentially becoming like a resource so that artists can come to us if they're independent and be a little bit more organized.
And the data that we got from all of this is, we partner with a bunch of record labels that gave us more data than I think they should have. And that's what we train all of our models and all of the agents off of. So we have marketing strategies, press releases, the whole 9 yards for all kinds of musicians. And in return for that, we actually charge for it. But in return, the music industry doesn't realize how important that is. And it shows. In return, we told them that they could use the product. So we have LOIs from Death Row Records, Playmakers Entertainment, a record label out in LA called Blank Canvas, all because they want to use this for the artists that they don't want to hire for because they want to raise less money next time they have to like pull up a supplement or whatnot. So we got really awesome data, we got a really awesome team of tech folks, and we got LOIs from Death Row Records. So.
And before we leave too, by a show of hands, can we see if there's any investors in the room? Okay, I can't talk to all you guys, but I'll remember some of you guys, and I'd love to talk to you guys afterwards.
Yeah, we've been bootstrapping so far, but in November we're going to start raising because we'd like to hire more software developers. But yeah, thank you.
And so he can work full time because he's working right now, but he's here with us filming. So shout out to Armand. Help fund us so we can get him full time and take it from his other job. And also, we won't put that in the video so you don't lose your job. So all you guys, help us get Armand full time.